Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas will no longer be teaching a law seminar at George Washington University following months of backlash from the High Court's decision on Roe v. Wade. An email from the school says simply Thomas is unavailable, but it comes after thousands of students signed a petition asking to remove him as a member of the faculty. GW Law professor Jonathan Turley joins us right now. Jonathan, good morning to you.
Good morning.
So we don't know for sure why he's gone, but there was that petition, and it looks like he got pushed out.
Well, as you say, the university, to its credit, refused to fire Justice Thomas and said that he could teach the course. But he was looking forward to a very high likelihood of protests in the fall. This campaign was continuing to get him to leave the campus. And I think many will celebrate this result. Part of these cancel campaigns is not just to force a termination, but to really exhaust people, to get them to cancel themselves.
Right.
That's particularly the case with tenured faculty. People are shunned and isolated and stigmatized to the point that they just throw in the towel.
Sure. But ultimately, and you're a professor, ultimately, he's just there to teach the law. Apparently, they don't like him because he was on the Supreme Court at the time of Roe v. Wade, and then, they tried to cancel him. And essentially, he decided, but it worked.
Well, this is a huge loss for our students and for our law school. He has taught this course for over a decade. He had a reputation of caring deeply about students, supporting them. But he not only had a historic role on the court and still does, but he has a life story that is one of the most inspiring in the history of the Supreme Court. This is a justice who grew up in a one-room shack with a dirt floor, no running water. He spoke Gullah. He had to learn to read through Catholic schools, and he raised himself up through abject poverty to become one of 9 on our highest court. That's an incredible person to have as your teacher, and we've now lost him.
Yeah, you would have been lucky to be in that class. Meanwhile, switching gears for a moment, we remember that guy who came from California to kill Brett Kavanaugh. He was in front of his house. He had the tools in his backpack to do it. And now, according to a FBI search warrant application, it sounds like this guy made it very clear he was trying to kill the conservative majority in the Supreme Court. He said, here's part of an online conversation. He said, I'm going to stop Roe v. Wade from being overturned. Another user said, what are you trying to do? And he said, remove some people from the Supreme Court. And according to Google, his history showed he looked up how to be stealthy, assassin skills, most effective place to stab somebody, and Reagan assassination attempts. So, Jonathan, regardless of what his defense attorneys say, it looks like he showed up, he flew across the country to kill that guy and kill more people.
Right. This obviously goes to premeditation and motive, but it also sends a chilling message to those who are fueling this type of violence with reckless rhetoric. There is a certain percentage of people out there who are unhinged and unstable. They hear this rhetoric in a different way. So people are putting bounties on the heads of these justices, asking people to tell them where they are in restaurants. And you wonder about people like Justice Thomas, who was looking forward to teaching a class with these protests. When you come in close contact with some of these people, it's dangerous.
Yeah.
And someone is going to get hurt. And the problem I have with many people on the left is there has been a relatively mild response to this rhetoric. We've got to stand together and say enough. We need to respect the diversity of opinions on the court and at our universities.
You're right about that. Jonathan, thank you very much for joining us.